I don't want to do either of those things.
Yeah, but if you had to, though. We set the scene, we have a choice. We must decide on the correct answer. I'm Kyle.
And I am Nathan.
And this is If You Had To, though. Nathan, we're on episode 30. Can you believe that the podcast has been running that long? That we can actually be on...
I cannot believe it, no. It is definitely an elaborate lie, and you are a filthy, lying liar.
I am indeed.
How are you?
Yeah, a liar, apparently.
Good. It's good that you know what you are.
We are exactly 30 episodes in. I didn't think that we would get past 4.
Oh, it's good you had faith.
I had faith. Well, I had faith that we would make it to 4. That's pretty impressive.
That is true. That is. I mean, actually, yeah. By 2 seconds into episode 1, I didn't have faith we'd get past episode 1.
There was a lot of stumbling and bumbling through episode 1.
I forgot that I was meant to say anything when you cut over to me. I was terrified because somehow I'd forgotten that a podcast is a collaborative experience. Instead of me doing what we normally do when we hang out, I just sit silently looking at you.
I was introducing the show and you just sat back, grabbed some popcorn and was like, right, I'm ready for this show. This sounds good. So the premise of this show is that we create scenarios for each other resulting in 2 possible outcomes. We'll discuss each outcome's pros and cons and decide definitively on the correct answer. Exactly.
We will decide on the correct answer based off of our opinions, which are definitely 100% correct and accurate and actually facts.
Yeah, our opinions become facts.
Are facts. Yes.
They become facts,
It's when our opinions meet. Alone, you and me are as fallible as anyone else. But when we come together, our opinions, usually on our own, our opinions are terrible. But when we're together, they become true.
Yeah, I mean, on my own, I think that, sheep would be better green. Or that
and now that is true.
Why? Because you've agreed.
Sheep are green.
Sheep are green.
It just happened right now. If any of our listeners happen to live with a sheep, is there a non-plural? Is there a singular for sheep? There's not, is there? It's not a shep.
Live with a sheep. Yeah, I think it's...
I mean, it is now because we're always right.
Shep. Yeah, shep, definitely.
If anyone lives with a sheep shep shop, if anyone lives with one of those strange creatures, please keep an eye on them because during the podcast they will change from white to green because we said they were now green. If anyone has sheep fur in their clothing, that will become green as well.
Yeah, everyone's going to be wearing like green pigmented clothes. It's going to be like St. Patrick's Day across the world, because sheep are now green. So anyway,
I don't know why St. Patrick's Day across the world sounds like some kind of charity song.
St. Patrick's Day across the world, which
would just be a song about everyone getting pissed. So grab a drink.
And smack your friends.
For it's St. Patrick's Day across the world.
And then you get like all the celebrities chiming in like one by one across the world.
But they're all pissed off their heads. That's like in the contract. They have to be.
It's like the guy from Fairy Tale of New York. They all sound like him. Anyway, Nathan, enough about the wonderful St. Patrick's Day across the entire world that we've now come into being.
Yeah, imagine what a wonderful world that would be.
The wonderful world that it is.
That you're right. It now is.
Yeah, but some very sad news this week. The good news is that obviously it's St. Patrick's Day everywhere for the rest of eternity. Unfortunately, Nathan got some really sad news this week.
Oh, I mean, I'm just remembering the really, really sad news that I told you about, and it's so sad.
Because you went to your doctor, as we very often do on this show. We very often go to our doctors, just for regular checkups. What was your doctor's name?
Stephanopoulos.
Yeah, you went to him. And
To that bloke, yeah.
yeah, that guy. He told you, like, you had the full checkup, and he told you that unfortunately you only have 9 months to live.
Oh wow! I
because
mean, so he checks my MOT, my
Yeah.
my heartometer, and it told
Yes.
me I had so many months left to live, so many heartbeats left.
Yeah, you've got that uncurable itis disease praxia, which everyone knows once it's been discovered, you only have 9 months to live after that, which is a real
Yes,
shame.
it means in 9 months I will be crushed by a falling cow. That is just a medical
No
fact.
matter what, no matter
No
what
matter
happens.
what, no matter where I am,
Yeah.
even if I'm on the moon, somehow a cow will still fall and crush me. It's medically, it's genetic. My father had it. His father had it.
Yeah, even if you were buried in a coffin underground, like with lots of oxygen in there to
Even if
keep
I
you
was already
safe.
dead, if I died right now, I'd come
Yeah.
back to life. So in 9 months, I could be killed by a falling cow.
The cow would fall from the sky, crash through the ground, crash through your coffin, and smash you to pieces.
Yes, I would wake up a second before the cow crashed into my coffin, going, "Uh-oh, it's cow time."
It's that time of my life. It's the one thing that all people fear most, like dying by cow.
The thing
Which,
that keeps us all awake at night as we're contemplating the emptiness of existence. We just wonder when will that cow fall?
it's a fairly common phenomenon as well. So anyway, you knew that you thought, is there anything I can actually do about this? To save myself.
Yes, I've immediately gone into the bargaining stage of grief.
Yes.
I was grabbing the doctor, saying, "Doctor, doctor, tell me the news."
Your doctor nods and he thinks about it and he says, "Okay, I'll give you this leaflet." And he gives you a leaflet to this shaman in this far-off, unpronounceable named country. And so obviously you book a flight, you travel over there, and you search, you go through the jungle and the woods, and you...
I go on an epic quest. It actually does take me 8 months to get there.
Well, no. It feels like 8 months. It's more like 10 minutes, really.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was mistaken. I clearly had the wrong watch, but thank God Kyle was here to tell me that it was 10 minutes rather than 8 months. Oh,
Yeah.
It's so easy to get those two measures of time confused.
Well, in this jungle, there's a lot of hallucinogenics, and they just pumped into the air through all of the flowers.
There are a lot of hallucinogenics in this jungle because I carried a lot of hallucinogenics with me into the jungle.
Yeah.
There were no hallucinogenics there before I got there, but the second I arrived, it was filled with them.
Yeah, you've contaminated this entire jungle. So anyway, you
I'm just giving I'm giving weed and cannabis to every monkey and small creature I see.
How nice of you. You're like the dank Santa. So you find this hut in the middle of nowhere, and you head inside, and you find this shaman woman, Madame Baba Ganoush. She makes you take your shoes and socks off and sit down cross-legged on the floor, and she starts performing all of her rituals.
She hits me with a broom. She offers me a couple of sweets, hard candies.
Yeah.
Looks into my eyes.
Tugs on your earlobes.
Yep.
Tickles you just under the chin. And yeah, she says, now I need the voice for this, don't I?
Find your voice, Kyle. I believe in you. Feel the power of Baba Ganoush.
Madam Baba Ganoush. That's my name.
I was wondering why she said her own name as I entered the room.
I just wanted to tell you that my name is Madam Baba Ganoush. Sit for me.
Madam Baba Ganoush. It's so lovely to see you.
Thank you. Thank you, my child. Now I see that you have this
Is it you after all these years? You said you were going out for milk.
What are you talking about, you silly boy?
Oh, okay.
I am not your mother. Now pull yourself together.
Okay.
And that's
I
when
immediately stop weeping.
And that's when she starts tugging on your ears and slapping you across the face.
Oh yeah, of course.
And she tells you, I see a cure for you. Only one cure. There is a ritual that I may be able to perform.
Anything. I have to avoid this cow-related death. I fear the spectre of the cow.
In fact, this ritual, Nathan, it's quite powerful. And instead of you dying in 9 months, you will live forever, be immortal.
Ooh. I mean, that really is a cure. Yes.
It is indeed. Unfortunately, Nathan, you will also become a slug.
Like literally a slug? Like I'll be the size of a slug, physically a slug?
You will literally be an immortal slug.
Oh, okay.
So now, Nathan, really, you've got a choice to make. Either you can let her perform this ritual and become an immortal slug. You can live forever, but you would be a slug, unfortunately. Or you can live another 9 months and then get crushed by a cow. So...
Right. There are no other ways for me to survive this.
You've looked into it and you've asked your doctor, and you trust your doctor 100%, and he has told you Madame Baba Ganoush is the only person who can help. He's
only lost his license once for insane incompetence.
Yeah.
You steal one patient's heart and sell it on the black market, and it follows you around wherever you go. It doesn't seem right to me.
Thing is, Nathan, you can print off a new medical license online really easily.
Yeah. So, you download the PDF off the website.
Yeah. Fill in a few things like name, age.
Insert your name here.
Yeah. Upload a photo, and then so he's practicing again perfectly fine. So you
don't even have to upload a photo of yourself. His photo is of George Clooney.
Yeah. Well, he said, well, I look pretty much the same, don't I?
Yeah, he said through his one tooth, his one single long grey hair that comes down the side of his face.
He does.
And his half melted eyeball drooping out the side.
Yeah, people say he's a little bit deluded, but
I can't recommend him enough. He's been my doctor for the last half an hour, and I would trust him with my life.
And you have, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, actually, that is what you do with doctors. I don't know why I even had to say I would trust him with my life. It's kind of what you do with a doctor.
So, Nathan, what did you do, I'm afraid to ask? Or shall we discuss what the pros and cons are?
Well, yes, I think we should discuss, because either way, it's not apparent what I have done yet, because if I had chosen to not become a slug...
Yeah.
Wait... Surely you'd be able to tell if I'm a slug or not. What are you saying, Kyle?
Well, the picture is a little bit fuzzy, and you've always had that sluggy vibe to you, so I'm going
to choose to take that as a compliment, regardless of how you meant it. So my choices are: become an immortal slug. I will never die. Nothing can kill me.
No.
Yes, I will live forever, and there is no force on earth that can stop me.
No, you will be there.
I am a slug.
Yeah, you would be there. Like, when everything else on the planet has burned away and died, you will still be a nice immortal slug.
Oh, so I'll be floating through the vacuum of space as a slug.
Yeah, you can breathe in space as a slug.
When the sun eventually explodes and destroys this solar system, I'll survive and float away.
Yeah, you will be there for the forming of the next solar system. You'll be able to see the next lot of life and the next lot and the next lot, but you will be a slug.
Yes.
Now, if the new solar system is created and all of the inhabitants are slugs, then you'll fit in just fine. But if not...
Yeah, but that's me hoping for a very, very specific set of circumstances.
Yeah.
I might have to wait like 5 or 6 planetary lifetimes to get to that scenario. I have to get through it. Like the next Earth might be a bunch of super intelligent donkeys. The Earth after that is just a bunch of plants.
Yeah.
The Earth after that is curly whirlies that have risen up, and the Earth after that,
it's just a planet of Marilyn Monroes. Nothing else. just every creature is like a variation of Marilyn Monroe. It's a very interesting universe.
That is a very interesting universe, Kyle. I mean, that makes it sound worth becoming a slug, to live to see a planet filled with Marilyn Monroes.
I mean, imagine that, being the only slug.
I am imagining that, trust me.
The only slug on a planet of Marilyn Monroes. You could have your pick of the Marilyn Monroes.
Only slug? There's no other slugs on this planet?
There's no animals on this planet. There's no birds.
there's no other life forms apart from Marilyn Monroe's.
Yeah, I mean, they do have little dogs, but they have Marilyn
And
Monroe
when
faces.
you say I'd have my pick, why would Marilyn Monroe, any of the 9 billion Marilyn Monroes, choose a slug? Surely, in a world populated entirely with Marilyn Monroes, she would have a relationship with another Marilyn Monroe.
You would think so, but you would be like the most handsome creature that they had ever seen. They had never seen a slug before, and seeing you would be like their idol.
But would I even care? Because I'm a slug with a slug brain. Does
No.
Does a beautiful human woman mean anything to me anymore?
You are still you, Nathan. I know you've had billions and billions of years of being a slug, so you're starting to think a bit like a slug, but you're still, in essence, you. The
second I appear in a world filled with amazing, beautiful blonde women, I will revert back to being the sexist pig I've always been.
Yeah, you will remember who you are. Anyway, that's gone off on a really weird tangent, so let's try and...
Yeah, I wasn't expecting... You really did distract me with a world of Marilyn Monroe's, Carl. It's hard for me to think of anything else other than a world. That's an image that will stick with me for a while. That is the important point here. I will still have my intellect and my consciousness as a human being, but I'll be a slug.
Yes.
Okay, because I will have a... Slugs even have brains? Like, do they have internal organs, or are they some kind of...
They're just like a gelatinous lump of
sludge. I don't think there's like you slice a slug in half, or if you see a slug squished, they don't have like blood or guts or anything. So I don't think they've got brains. At least not in the way that we think of it.
No,
maybe it's like a central nervous system that's throughout the entire body.
Yeah, I assume that she's putting your soul, your essence into this slug rather than your brain.
Oh yes, I forgot that my soul and my essence will allow me to perceive and think in my normal way, but I'll be a slug.
Yeah. It's just that, well, obviously she probably could do a brain transfer if the slug had a brain and if yours wasn't bigger than the slug itself. Otherwise, that would probably be a bit too much for her. So this magic ritual...
then we're going into the territory of there's a brain just out on the ground with a slug following behind it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like trailing.
As nice as the image of a world filled with Marilyn Monroe's is, that's a nasty image that counteracts that niceness.
It would basically be like a snail, like it's the slug, but with a brain for its shell.
But that's not what we're saying. Extra scenario that we've just invented for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, that was something made up.
Yeah, not like this, me becoming a slug.
Yeah.
So I'll either become a slug.
Yes.
Or I'm guaranteed to die in
9 months.
9 months.
I mean, what could you do?
8 months and 29 days at this point, I assume.
Yeah.
It took me at least a day, I assume, to get to... Oh, no, you said it took 10 minutes, apparently, to get to Baba Ganoush.
It took 10 minutes to get through the forest to get to Baba Ganoush. It took you a day to fly over there and make your arrangements.
So, yeah, I've got 8 months and 29 days to live, basically.
Basically. What would you do with that time if that's all you had?
Ooh. Now that is a question.
Because that might have been what you chose. We don't know, but let's just hypothetically.
I mean, as we all know, I'm a wealthy man of limitless means. So I would simply... Well, I've only got 8 months left to enact my master plan. So I would get serious and I would build a giant death laser on the moon. It's a laser that makes everyone on the planet Earth deaf.
Makes everyone deaf?
Yes. And I would also build a laser... I was trying to think what's the opposite of the moon. On the sun.
You would build it... See, I think there's a flaw in this plan. I think you're going to sizzle up and die before you get to the sun, and then you're going to be revived so that a cow can shoot from the sun and splat you throughout space.
I mean, I didn't say I was going out into space to build it. I'm getting people to do that for me. I'm far too important to do the manual labour myself, Kyle.
Like, you have the funds, but do you have the sway?
Do I have the swagger?
Exactly. Do you have the debonair attitude to convince to convince
Or
your
to build a
lackeys to
laser
do
on
this.
the sun.
Yes,
Do I have
exactly.
the debonair attitude to defy the laws of physics?
Exactly.
Well, we'll have to see. That would be how I would spend my 8 months and 29 days, is trying to enact my plan of world domination with a giant laser on the moon that'll make everyone deaf, a giant laser in the sun that'll make everyone blind, and a really annoying noise from a radio I've put on Earth.
So
although actually that makes no sense because everyone's deaf. So that was a miscalculation on my part.
I mean, your entire plan is basically waste the 8 months and 29 days.
I'm hoping, but 8 months and 28 days into it, I'll have succeeded and take over the world, and I'll have one day as king of the earth.
Wow. So your plans are world domination. See, I was thinking more along the lines of visit friends and family, see them all, have a nice holiday together, spend some nice time together.
I mean, when I'm king of the earth, everyone is my friends and family by law. Everyone has to like me and love me. It is a new decree that I have just decreed.
For one day, that will happen.
For one day.
Whereas you could have spent 8.5 months having a lovely time with all your real friends and family. But no.
But you underestimate how few real friends I have.
Oh yes, of course.
You forgot the crucial key point there, Kyle. I have no friends.
But if you were an immortal slug, you would have the entire rest of time to find friends and make friends and learn. Like, you could read as many books on how to make friends as possible, how to make friends for dummies.
Could I read without arms, and when I'm the size of a slug, like I'm too close to, like, my perspective to a book would be insane.
It would, actually. Like,
have I got one of those tiny little pocket books?
Maybe. Well, you've got the rest of eternity, okay? So
You're right. I have time to figure out how to do all these things as a slug.
Yeah.
I'll be an amazing slug that can do like backflips and open jars by backflipping at it. I couldn't think of anything else that a slug could do.
You backflip and kick it with your tail, and it spins the top
yes,
right
my
off the
tail,
jam
that
jar.
I definitely have. That's definitely a thing that a slug has.
What is the bit at the back then? It's got to be a tail, surely.
It's all a slug. It's all one single thing. It doesn't have a head. It doesn't have a tail. It's just a slug.
It's just a blob.
It is. It's just a string. It's just a weird little blobby string.
I would just like to say here that the views expressed
on
on this
all
show,
slugs that listen to this podcast,
our opinions and views do not represent those of the podcast as a whole.
Our opinions and views are certified facts.
They are. So fuck slugs. Come at us, slugs.
I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, if I was a slug, I would really take what you just said to heart, Kyle, and I'd...
I've either just really offended you, or we're both on board here.
Because apparently you can't tell through this webcam if I'm a slug or not.
I still can't tell whether it's like your face or...
As a slug...
Yes.
How I will build like a papier-mâché mask of my own face. As a slug, I will build like a animatronic papier-mâché Nathan body, and I'll be operating it from the inside as a slug.
When you say you will build...
Again, I have people to do these things for me.
Okay.
Even as a slug, I'm a wealthy and debonair man. That's definitely the correct way to use the word debonair.
We've used debonair in the perfect ways throughout the entire podcast.
Exactly. How debonair of you to say that, Carl.
But yeah, another thing I've just thought of, if you were a slug, limitless slime.
You're right. I will never... I mean, right now, it's such a relatable problem. You're,
in Tesco's.
And you just don't have enough slime.
Exactly. You go to pay and your change is all clean and nice.
Yeah.
You like to give that cashier a handful of slimy change. But
oh yeah, that cashier who's been nothing but polite and nice to me, and who, when I said, "Oh, I forgot this item," walked over there and got it for me and told me about this discount that I hadn't noticed. I really want to make her day miserable by sliming all over the change that I give to her.
Yeah. And then just as you're walking out the door, you turn and flick a big wad of slime into her face.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want in life.
Yeah.
Is to ruin someone at Tesco's day.
But thinking about having it unlimited slime, you could do your papier-mâché very easily.
That is true. That is what I'm using to glue
Build
it together.
this Nathan robot. Like,
and it's powered by slime. It's a slime-powered Nathan robot.
yeah, I mean, the world is never going to run out of slime again because you're always there.
Yeah, exactly.
You've become very important to the economy and the running of the world now, because if people...
I do have to wait for a slime-based economy to start up.
But it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, again, like we were talking about the Earth dying, I just have to wait for civilization to die, come back and die a few times, and eventually we'll come to a slime-based economy.
Exactly. So, yeah.
And eventually I'll be talking to your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson, Kyle the 79,000th, and we'll be, doing our podcast together.
Yeah, it'll be Kyle Jr. and the Slug.
Kyle Jr. How many generations have passed? Kyle Jr.
Yeah, they just call him Kyle Jr. for short because if they do, because I'm obviously calling
his birth certificate is like the size of War and Peace.
And it doesn't matter what my kids or grandkids or whatever are, male, female, whatever, they will always be called Kyle.
Oh, absolutely.
All the way down the line.
It is, a buxom beauty that I'm now hanging out with, which again doesn't describe if it's man, woman, or whatever.
It's actually me, but as Marilyn Monroe.
What a lovely, lovely image. That definitely doesn't sicken me to my very core.
And do you like that I called him or her Marilyn Monroe?
I did not pick up on that, but yes, I'm now imagining Marilyn Monroe with your lovely Kyle face.
Yeah.
And it's indescribable, the feelings that is giving me. Indescribable.
Exactly. So anyway, Nathan, I think we're drawing towards a conclusion here. Is there either that you were leaning to around this point?
I mean, originally, when you said this, I was thinking, I don't want to be a slug. But now that we've decided that I could build a Nathan robot powered by slug and eventually live long enough to see a slime-based economy.
Yeah, we're saying eventually. It might take a few billion years for this to happen.
Yeah, but I've got time. I can have a nap for a couple of million years. I'd have time to do whatever. Initially, I was thinking I didn't want to be a slug, and living as a human, even if it's only for 8 months, seemed preferable. And the idea of spending 8 months of my life in a wild panic of I must take over the world, I must enact my plans now, does have an appeal to it.
I mean, if you knew that you only had 8 months to live, you would be like, right, I will do whatever I want.
Oh yeah, there'd be no consequences to my actions. I know that no matter what, I will be dead in 8 months.
Yeah, who cares if I get arrested?
Yeah.
I'm only going to be in there a few months, and that's if they catch me.
I don't want to spend the last 8 months of my life in jail.
No, you would probably build up to it. Do your most reckless stuff the last month of your time.
Exactly. In fact, I would make it so that I would leave the police and the FBI and whoever, the military, I would leave them clues that would lead them to me on my last day of life.
Yeah.
They would capture me, take me away, and then a cow falls from the sky. My court date.
Yeah.
They're going, we're finally going to get justice. We're finally going to put you away for your crimes. And I will steal it from them.
You lean back in your chair, place your hands together.
I look at my watch.
Look up the ceiling, smile, and say, bye, guys. A cow crashes through. A cow that is being carried because it needs surgery by helicopter overhead. Suddenly the strap breaks. The cow falls from the sky, from the helicopter pad, and crashes through the courtroom roof, crushing you and anyone around you. And yeah, blood spattered, in cartoons where the whatever it is splatters over everyone and they're covered. Everyone will be covered in your blood.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is very, very appealing.
Yeah, so, it's immortality.
Do I want 8 months of being an absolute arsehole doing whatever I want and then ending with amazing revenge on people who have done me no wrong whatsoever? Preemptive revenge.
And it would be the best real life death scene ever to have happened ever.
Yeah, on that award show, best real life deaths that they play once every year, I will win number one.
And you will win it every single year from then on. No one will ever
Exactly.
beat that.
I will be the running champion. No one will ever beat it.
No.
People will actually try. There'll be people who deliberately jump into a vat of rabid badgers, or set themselves on fire, stick a firework up their butt, and shoot themselves up into space. But, it would never, ever meet the standards of a cow falls out of nowhere onto me on my court date.
Exactly.
That is quite appealing, actually. But I think I am going to have to go for being an immortal slug, because the idea of immortality and building myself a Nathan robot suit that I can operate as a slug, that appeals to me.
That would be pretty awesome. Like a robot Nathan suit.
When I say a robot, that maybe makes it seem a bit more advanced than it is. It is just a papier-mâché or a bunch of strings. And wheels and joints and gyros.
As the slug, where would you be in the body? Would you be in the chest, in the head, in the mouth?
I'm in the head.
You're in the head.
I am right in the head.
Yeah.
I'm behind one of my eyes, so I can see everything out of one single eye.
Yeah, and everyone just thinks, oh, he's got just a weird pigment in the eye, because they're not.
Yeah, everyone thinks I've just got a bit of a twitch and a droopy eye.
Yeah, but really, if they look very closely, there's a slug inside.
Yes, if they look. So yeah, it does. Romantic situations when a woman is looking deep into my eyes, and then a slug winks at her. Well, I mean, actually, thinking about it, that would be even more charming. What woman could resist?
Yeah. You see the human wink, and then you see the slug wink. It's like double winking.
Exactly. So I am now an immortal slug operating a human-sized papier-mâché dummy that is so lifelike, despite being made out of papier-mâché, that you could not tell the difference.
Exactly. No, that's why I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, as I said, the screen's a bit blurry.
It has nothing to do with the fact that I naturally look like a slug anyway. It was because of my amazing artistic and mechanical skills.
Exactly. So everyone else at home knows that if they're ever in the same situation Nathan was in, and you're going to get crushed by a cow very soon, then all you've got to do is go to the shaman, get turned into an immortal slug, live out the rest of your life, which is forever.
Exactly. I am immortal. I will never die. I laugh at you puny mortals.
Anyway, what was I up to this week, Nathan?
What were you up to? Now, while I was becoming an immortal being that will one day dance on your grave, you, Kyle,
Thanks.
My dear friend Kyle, you were out living your best life, walking through an ancient Greek temple, eating hot dogs, tacos, sushi, scampi and chips, and at least 6 more of your favourite items.
Yeah, I've become quite greedy recently.
Well, then that's just a light snack. And in the temple are historians, painstakingly cataloguing and unearthing priceless antiques from the ground. They're dusting away and being very careful, putting them into these airtight plastic bags, saying we must not allow these to be damaged. And then, you walk past and a bit of mustard drips onto one of these artifacts. Wrappers are falling behind you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna look for a bin out here in the temples, am I?
No, of course not.
They probably didn't even have them in those days. I was going to say in those days, but
in ancient Greece, you don't think they had bins. The people that invented civilization.
Also, I don't think I've travelled back in time to do this. I'm just wandering. I'm just wandering through Greece.
No, Kyle. I literally just told you that historians were unearthing an ancient temple. Why would historians be unearthing an ancient temple in the past?
See, I walk through ancient temples and I'm so immersed that I think I've gone back in time.
I mean, you have travelled back in time and to other universes, so I guess it is actually pretty normal for you to think that.
Yeah.
But no, you are still on this Earth, Kyle. You just happened to, you were bored and decided to take a quick stroll to Greece.
Yeah. Like I do.
And anyway, you were walking through this majestic, historically significant find when all of a sudden there was an earthquake. The temple shudders and topples.
Whoa!
I know, exactly. The temple is falling towards a young woman, one of the historians. But more importantly, your hot dog. You dropped your hot dog, and it's going to be crushed.
Oh my god.
I know, this is a dire, dire scenario.
Do I have another hot dog?
You do, but, you don't want to lose that.
No, obviously.
You've got 5 hot dogs, but, 4... If you lose one, you've only got 4 hot dogs then.
Well, that's barely a snack.
Exactly. So you leap into action, Kyle, grabbing the hot dog, and also you're inadvertently knocking the woman out of danger.
Okay.
You pick yourself up out of the cloud of dust, and you stuff about 60% of the hot dog into your mouth with one bite. And the woman is so grateful. She's saying to you, "You're a hero, thank you." And you say, and spit a bit of hot dog onto her face. I mean, it was amazing how heroic you were, Kyle. Just outstanding. And all of a sudden, the clouds above you part, and you hear a powerful, booming voice carry across the land. Now I have to do a powerful, booming voice.
Okay.
Kyle, you have saved the life of one of my many descendants. The great, 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 great... This goes on for about half an hour. Great granddaughter of my son, Heracles. You look up and you see Zeus emerging from the clouds. For your heroism, I wish to reward you, mortal. Reward you with a gift of awesome power. I can either. I'm Zeus. You really shouldn't interrupt me.
Oh, sorry.
I'm the king of all gods. Have a little respect.
I was just saying, it's cool that you recognise my greatness.
Okay, I'll forgive it this time. Just button it.
And can we hurry this along? Because I've actually got to get to the restaurant because I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah, sure. I'll hurry it up. I've got nothing better to do.
Cheers, mate. Come on then. On with these superpowers.
As I was saying, I am so grateful to you, Kyle, and so just wanting to reward you. And I definitely don't want to burn you to a crisp with a lightning bolt.
In awe, you might say? In awe of my heroicness? Herculean, kind of?
I am. I'm also in awe of your ability to interrupt someone as they're telling you a story.
Oh, no, sorry, please continue.
It is amazing. I'm just blown away.
As was the woman when I was rescuing
absolutely.
her. She was incredibly blown away.
She was incredibly blown away, yes. I mean, you did knock her over and she did kind of fall backwards, but you still saved her life from a toppling building.
Exactly.
More importantly, you saved the hot dog, but you also, by accident, you saved the woman's life.
Yeah, by proxy.
Anyway, as Zeus, the king of the gods, was saying, for your heroism, I wish to reward you, mortal. Reward you with a gift of awesome power. I can either give you limitless speed or an unending flight. And he raises his thunderbolt ready to hurl at you. And, but you, Kyle, you're a smart cookie. You read the terms and conditions, He while he was saying this to you, he emailed you the offer, and you read it in detail. And you know that limitless speed means never ever, that you will never ever stop running. Unending flight means you are incapable of coming back down to Earth, and you can only fly at your normal walking speed.
Am I flying upwards, or am I flying, like, I'm up in the sky, but I can fly across?
You can fly in any direction you want, but it's almost like a opposite magnetic charge.
So I can never
you from the
it's
repelling you from the Earth itself. Like, you have to be at least 5 feet above the ground at any point in the world. You can never come physically down to the ground.
Okay. So,
but you can fly in any direction you want, up, down, left, right. But you are only flying at your normal walking speed, and you can't fly into space or too high into the clouds because you could still, run out of oxygen, and you're still Like, that's the thing. That's the thing about Zeus's gift. He doesn't understand what it's like to be mortal, so he doesn't really understand the downfalls of these powers to a normal human mortal.
I mean, you say that, but I think I might have pissed him off just a little bit, so he's added in a few extra clauses.
I mean, no one could have predicted that when confronted with Zeus, god of lightning, king of the gods, that you would be so rude that you wouldn't let him finish his bloody sentence. But yes, that is a possibility. He may have tainted his gifts a little bit for you. He's still grateful, but he's also pissed off, so he wanted to teach you a lesson.
Exactly. So this woman I've saved, how attractive was she?
Oh, I mean, well, she's of divine origin. She's, she is a descendant of the gods, so she's pristine.
And she's glowing. She's perfect.
She's glowing slightly. She is mortal, but there is like a subtle sheen to her. No, she is absolutely gorgeous. A beautiful Greek woman, long flowing dark hair. I mean, I don't know why you're asking this question when the main question is what amazing magical power you can have. I mean, you did try and hit on her after you saved her life, and she did immediately
reject me.
Reject you. What's the other word? Put you down. That's killing you. She immediately killed
I saved her life, and she killed me. That was bloody nice, wasn't it?
Not put you down.
Let me down.
Let you down. But anyway, yes, she is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
But she's not interested in me.
She is not interested in you, no.
So she
was very, very grateful for you saving her life.
Yeah, but was it worth it, really?
Exactly. And then she knew that someone had saved her life. She turned around to look at you, assuming she would see a heroic figure. Instead, she saw a man with 2 hot dogs sticking out of his mouth, crisps scattered along his beard,
mustard down my shirt.
Yeah, exactly. You've got hula hoops all over your fingers.
What's it fingers? Bright orange.
Exactly. And you've got a peanut sticking out of your nose.
I keep that there for emergencies.
Exactly. When you run out of snacks and you need a peanut, you actually stuffed a whole bag of peanuts up your nose. It's just only one is showing.
Yeah, well, I did that when I was a kid, and every now and then, like a Pez dispenser, just one slides down and it's ready to be eaten.
A couple of the peanuts may have entered your brain.
That's fine.
But anyway, you know Zeus is holding his thunderbolt. You know any second he's going to hurl it. Zeus is going to hurl his thunderbolt at any second. He's flexing his mighty Greek muscular arm.
Bulging bicep.
Bulging. And he's clearly just had a tan as well. And he's going to hurl it at you, and you know you have just a split second to decide what you want. And the magical thunderbolt will know and transform you into that being of limitless power.
So when I'm running really fast, I'm constantly at this speed, and I can never slow down.
Yes. Once you start running, once you gain the speed, in fact, it's not even a choice to start running. You get the limitless speed, and suddenly you are moving at limitless speed forever.
And I never stop. You
never stop. You can go to sleep, but you're lying in your bed, literally vibrating at such speed that the bed shakes apart. So you could sit down, you could try and stand still, but you will just be shaking back and forth, ridiculous speed. The world seems like it's moving in slow motion to you.
Oh, okay. So to me, everything seems slow motion, but to everyone else, they see just this blur and this vibrating.
Yeah, no one can ever really see your face again. You are just a blur. Even when you try and stand in one place, you're vibrating at such speed that no one can ever really see you. They would have to have a camera that would take like 20 million pictures a second to slow it down enough to get a good picture of your face.
And I wouldn't be able to put up with anyone because I would try and have a conversation with someone. They're talking super slow to me.
And you're talking incredibly fast. Every word you say breaks the sound barrier.
Yeah, so I don't like the sound of this at all. I'm constantly on the move. I'm never able to stay still for a single second. Even while I'm sleeping, I'm vibrating back and forth. I can't talk to anyone anymore.
And because you're moving at limitless speed, your normal 14-hour nap takes 5 seconds.
Exactly. Yeah, just shaking someone's hand, I would shake it so vigorously.
You would liquefy them.
Yeah, so I can't have any interaction with any people unless I'm happy with them being slaughtered. So yeah, let's go away from this option. This other option, I can fly.
The other option is you can fly, but you are literally repelled from the earth itself, so you can never put your feet on the ground again.
No, my feet
and
are always...
You're not flying at super speed, you're flying at normal, regular walking speed. Maybe at a push, running speed.
Yeah, but I can barely do that now whilst running on Earth, so probably just walking speed. So my feet never touch the ground. When you say I'm walking, am I actually in the air, walking on the air, or am I flying like with my arms outstretched like a bird?
That's a good point. No, you can, well, it's however you choose. You could, if you choose, walk along the air, but if you wanted to fly like an eagle, you can as well.
I want to fly like a bird, I think. So yeah,
You're like a bird. You want to fly away.
Yes, exactly. So I can walk across anywhere in the sky. Like when it rains, this is going to be annoying because I can't go indoors.
You can't go indoors, and you're too high up to go under like bus shelters or anything.
Yeah, damn, that's
like you can only go under. You can only go under a surface. You can only go under buildings that have incredibly tall ceilings.
Oh, so I can actually, if there's something tall enough, I could just squeeze underneath to shelter.
I don't know how you wouldn't be able to get through the doors. You'd have to find a window that was open high enough.
Yeah. And I can't touch my feet on the ledge. I have to go straight through like a bullet.
Exactly. And actually, I was just thinking about that. You're repelled from the ground. Does that count for artificial ground?
Probably. It would probably be any object, wouldn't it? My feet can only touch air.
Yeah, so in fact, even going inside...
So I can't go inside at all?
Unless it was like a giant coliseum and there was an open window at the top and you were just floating around at the top of the building and there's no physical surfaces like at least 5 feet below you.
Yeah, no. And I've still got to eat in this scenario, so...
you do, so...
birds, I guess.
Yeah, you can eat birds.
They're my only real form of sustenance.
I mean,
maybe bird eggs from their nests.
You can shout at your friends and family from 5 feet above them and have them throw things at you.
Throw me up a loaf of bread, please. Throw me up a sandwich.
Your mother is trying to make you eat more healthy and threw a salad at you. It didn't quite work.
No.
It went everywhere.
Yeah, because I was in the sky and it was very difficult to do, not because I didn't want the salad, definitely not.
Exactly. You're like, whoops! Oh no! I couldn't have the salad. You're gonna have to get me that double McBurger, Burger King McKinglington.
Yes, ground meat burger.
Yes. Meat supplement number 4.
So I'm seeing everyone from top down, so it's going to be a bit like a old school RPG to me. Every time I look down, I see the world from the sky.
Yes, exactly.
So I can wander around and watch things. It's like watching a movie, I suppose, from the sky. I can like wander over farmyards and see all the green sheep grazing in their field.
You can, and eventually people will get used to you. You'll just be, a couple of weeks, you'll be a bit of an oddity. Oh, he's a guy that can fly. But then they'll just get bored of you.
That guy who just flies about in the sky. Oh, what, does he save people's lives? No. Does he get cats down from trees? No. He just sort of floats about watching things.
How fast can he fly? Not that fast.
Not very fast, really. He just sort of meanders through the sky, calls for
sandwiches. Can he catch people falling from planes? Not really. He's not strong enough. What can he do? He eats. He eats in the sky and litters.
See, what I could do is anyone who we know that has that horrible, horrible disease that you got where a cow is going to crush you, they could hire me to stand just above them and try and catch the cow mid-air as it falls.
Can you catch a cow? If I threw a cow at you right now, could you catch it?
I don't know. I've never tried.
That is true.
Have you ever tried to catch a cow, Nathan?
I've never tried to throw a cow. So
exactly.
This is a scientific experiment that we really should get on with. After the show, I'll find a cow, throw it at you,
and I'll try and catch it, and then we'll know whether it's possible. So that's an option, maybe.
That is definitely an option, that you could catch a cow with your bare hands, with your normal human strength.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree.
Yeah, because famously, cows are light as a feather. Which is why it's weird when that one fell on me. It splattered me across the
entire courtroom.
Yeah, I mean, actually, that didn't happen. I'm remembering what didn't happen.
Yes,
because I'm a slug.
Well, that's what we hypothesized might happen.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, Nathan, if I'm running super fast and I can't really talk to anyone I interact with, I'm going to turn to jelly. I really don't like that option. I don't really like being stuck out in the rain if I can't find a coliseum. But I think
someone could throw you up an umbrella.
Someone could throw me an umbrella. I'd probably get struck by lightning easily. But
yeah, that is true.
But I think that's preferable to being constantly on the move, the whole world slowed down, not being able to talk to people because it would be so droning and go on and on and on just for them to say hi.
And if you were to say anything to anyone, it would be this supersonic, high-pitched noise that would probably explode their brain.
Yeah, and then they would start bleeding from the ears, and that wouldn't be very nice for anyone.
No,
I'd get splattered in their blood.
Generally, people, yeah, exactly. It would be really inconvenient for you to murder your friends and family.
Exactly. So I think I'm going to go.
Hi, Nan. You look lovely today.
So I think I'm going to go for being able to fly at walking speed and never being able to come down again. And I'm going to have to either get friends and family to throw me up sandwiches or punch birds in the face.
I mean, actually, that does sound like fun. That sounds like a video game. You just flying along, punching a bird in the face. You'd have to find the perfect height where birds are flying, but you can still breathe oxygen.
Yes. And I think that they might avoid me if they know that I'm a human, so I might have to paint myself blue to look like the sky.
Oh, definitely. So you've asked your friends and family for an umbrella, a paint can, a paintbrush.
Yeah. And 2 bits of bread to put the bird inside.
I've just realised you can't go to the toilet, so they have to throw you up a nappy, and you have to.
No, Nathan. I just find my enemies and let loose.
Oh, okay. That's a lovely, lovely image. I mean, do you at least get your friends and family to throw you up toilet paper?
Nathan, I'm a man of the sky now. I don't need
toilet paper. The laws of the ground no longer apply to you.
Yeah.
The rules of normal men.
You and your weird toilet paper ways don't apply to me anymore. I'm a man of the
sorry,
sky.
I forgot that you were literally above us now.
I am.
You are above all of mankind.
Yes.
So I think you've made the right decision, Kyle.
I think I have.
You will forever be flying at least 5 feet above the ground at normal walking speed.
Yes, which is preferable to pretty much destroying everyone I come into contact with.
Yeah, I mean, within like 5 minutes, you probably would have shaken the hands of every single person on Earth and killed everyone.
I am British, so I do shake hands with a lot of people, even when we're not supposed to.
Yes. Yes, it is really difficult not to shake someone's hand when you first meet them. It's like there's like the ingrained doctrination in our brains that tells us, "Oh, new person, I must shake their hand," and you have to physically grapple your own hand to stop it from happening.
The rules say not to do this at the moment. The overlords have told us no.
It's forbidden.
But my brain says yes, but my heart says no. So anyway,
yes. So I am an immortal slug operating a papier-mâché robot body.
Yeah.
And you are
Birdman
flying above, but you're a Birdman.
Yeah.
Have you? That's another thing. Have you asked your family to throw you up a giant bird? No, you've painted yourself to look like a bird. I forgot.
Oh, well, had painted myself to look like the sky, but I could paint myself to look like a bird.
Oh.
Glue my back.
Oh, I misunderstood. You didn't paint yourself to look like a bird. You painted yourself to camouflage yourself with the sky.
Yes, I painted myself blue. I was basically like a flying Smurf.
I mean, that only works when the sky is clear blue.
Yeah, it does. I didn't think that through. I like your idea better.
You are limiting yourself to one single time of day, and in Britain, 1 week of the year.
Yes. No, I like your idea better. I'm gonna glue feathers to my back, and I'm gonna become Birdman.
Okay. So there's quite a lot of items you need your family and friends to throw you up. Feathers, glue, food.
A fake beak.
A fake beak.
But now we can team up, Nathan. Slug Boy and Birdman.
I mean, I hope you don't get too much into this bird character, because otherwise I'll look like a tasty little treat to you.
Yeah, there is that. But then I would swallow you, but you would still be alive inside my stomach.
That's not appealing to me.
It's not, but imagine you could burst through my stomach like Alien.
Again, I think you're overestimating how powerful slugs are.
You're an immortal slug, Nathan.
But I'm not a super strong slug. I'm just immortal. I'm not a flying, super powered slug. I'm just immortal.
Yeah, you would definitely have to pass through my system then.
All I can do is build a giant robot and operate it with my slug body.
Exactly.
Like any normal slug can do. Get your head. I was going to say get your head out of the clouds, but I guess you can't.
That's impossible for me now. So there you go. Everyone knows those are the two best options to pick if ever confronted with these situations. And if you disagree with anything we've said today, then you can let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the episode, then please follow and subscribe to the podcast on Patreon. You can find that at patreon.com/ifyouhadto though. You can find all the newest episodes with more being posted up all the time. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kyle M. Bennett. That's Kyle_M_Bennett with 2 N's and 2 T's.
And you can follow me at N.Wozniak Art. That's N-W-O-Z-N-I-A-K Art. And you can also follow me on Instagram at Nathan Wozniak, which is spelled the same way because that's my name, no matter what you think.
I think nothing of you, Nathan, because you are a slug.
I am literally a slug beneath your boot.
Well, no, I am above you because I am up in the clouds.
I am a slug that can build a robot. I'm gonna build a Godzilla robot and attack you in the sky. Just give me 20 years and I'll be able to put that together. Because at the moment my papier-mâché robot is a bit limited. Like I can only flap my arms.
See, by the time you've done all that, I might be dead.
Yeah, it's true. I am, moving like a poorly controlled Muppet.
But yeah, you've got the rest of eternity to work on all these schemes and projects. I have who knows how long a Birdman has. Like out in the cold, I could catch pneumonia. I could get crushed by a cow falling from the sky.
That is true, yeah. Well, you can catch it though, can't you?
Well, we still don't know. We still don't know, Nathan.
We don't know. The science isn't in yet. If a flying man catches a cow falling from the sky, what happens? It's something that's been mystifying scientists ever since we just said that sentence.
Yeah, but I can fly now, so we can test it out.
You can. And I look forward to, I hope before you ended up 5 feet above the ground that you promptly impregnated your woman because I'm looking forward to meeting your great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter that has your face but Marilyn Monroe's body.
Yeah, we can only hope because procreation from the sky is going to be near impossible.
It would be very complicated. She would have to get on a ladder.
We would need rigs, pulleys. Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
There would have to be at least 5 or 6 other people assisting you, which kind of takes the romance out of it a little bit.
I don't know. That's how I usually do it. Don't you have your buddies there to help you out, to spot you if you get tired?
Just a little to the left. Just a little to the left, guys.
That's it. You can do it. Push through this. Push through.
You do that team huddle thing where you go, 1, 2, 3, sex with my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. Really good form there. Really good form, bro.
Just remember, whatever happens out there, guys, I believe in you. We'll put it all out on the field.
It's weird because, like, even in the sportsman-like way, they all slap me on the arse, but I'm completely butt naked at this point, so it's kind of sexual at the same time. It's not the best scenario. But anyway, yeah, that's how to procreate anyway.
Yeah, so that is how eventually the beautiful Marilyn Monroe Kyle-faced goddess will exist. I cannot wait to befriend her and tell her that she is a beautiful moon.
And that's a beautiful sentiment as any to end on. This has been If You Had To, though. I've been Kyle.
And I am the slug formerly known as Nathan.
Gross.